What's up, Motive Gang? It's your dark skin girl with a motive, Poko, and welcome to the Melanin Motive, where we have kind of conversations about navigating life as we know it in our 20s and in our 30s. On today's episode, we are going to be tapping into how we can wake up and lock in our future. I know that I'm sitting here right now and I'm like, I don't have everything figured out. Honestly, guys, I feel like I don't even know a part of myself. I don't think I know myself really in the season of my life. I think every time I'm like, I show up and I do things, I always think that I do know myself. I know aspects of myself. I know what I won't tolerate and what I will tolerate now. I know what my boundaries are now. But I really feel like I'm in this phase of my life where it's a blank canvas. And this blank canvas needs to be colored and painted in and really just nurtured. And I really feel like in the stage of my life, I really just need to lock in and tap into who Poko Rams is. I am Poko Rams. And I think sometimes I forget my essence. I forget who I am, especially because, other people see me differently. And I can't also just, control that narrative all the time. I can't control what people see. I can't control what they think of me. I can't control if it's good or bad. And sometimes that is frustrating for me because I'm like, I'm also still a girl and I'm trying not to be perceived, but I'm also like, how much of control, how much control do I have in how people see me? And I don't really have it. So if I don't have the control on how people see me, why am I playing it small? Why do I not show up in being who I really am? Why not show up in just embracing my essence in whatever stage that I am in my life? Because people are changing. There's ebbs and flows in life when we spoke about that. And, in those ebbs and flows of life, it's going to change you. It's going to humble you. And I've had enough of the humbling. And, I've just been in a phase in my life where I'm just like, God, actually, in this new season, I need you to just give me the luxury package. I need you to speed it up. Let's just get to the part where I'm actually just reaping the rewards. But before I need to get into that season, I need to work hard. I need to wake up and I need to see how I'm, going in my life and applying the things in my life. And I think like for me, the way that life has gone has really, really just humbled me. And as much as I really just didn't want to go through that, I don't wish it on anyone else. And I don't like the fact that there's ebbs and flows. I really don't. I think that it's quite boring, to be fair. I hate that I have to keep either starting over or, going through another problem, solving another problem, going through another issue, being influenced or, having other people's issues even be an influence in your life. It's kind of tiring, to be fair. But what I know is that, like, I'm asking God that in the season of my life that He switches it up. And I'm asking God in the season of my life to run it up. I know that I have to step into my essence. I know that I have to step into who Poko Rams is in this time of her life, in this season, in this atmosphere, in this world, and the purpose that she serves in this world. The reason why I started the Melanin Motive was because the Melanin Motive is a passion project of mine, but also because I want to make an impact on the world. And I just know that in this world, there are other little black girls who don't see a representation of themselves and kind of, put themselves on the side, they put themselves on the side thinking that they're not worthy, that they are not enough, or they're just not like that other girl, the comparison. And I've seen how much of comparison has been a thief of my joy, has been a thief of where I'm meant to be in my life, because I dimmed my life to be in spaces and only because I was dealing with my childhood abandonment issues and, all of these other issues of life and the traumas of life. But in this season, I'm just like, God, actually, let's run it up. How do I change it? How do I become a better Poko? How do I show up better in this time of my life? I don't want to do the same things I used to do. I know that I have to move on. I know that it has to be better this time. And so I think something just clicked in my head. Like I said before, my frontal lobe has developed. There are so many epiphanies. There are so many realizations and conversations that I'm having now. And my worldview and the way that I see things that are so different. And also just like how with people, there's a lot of social media that's such an influence, the doom scrolling. We're constantly scrolling, receiving all of this information about where we should be in our lives and what you should be learning. And like, here's a tip for you when you're in your 20s. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot of that. And I'm grateful for it because it gives me a little bit of direction. But I also don't want to get to a point where I'm now comparing myself of, I should have been getting married now because everybody all of a sudden is now getting married. Everybody's got a ring on their finger, and it kind of feels like I'm, falling behind, and everybody's falling in love and I'm falling behind. And, I just want to be at the stage of I'm actually just Team Poko. I've done so much for other people, especially because I come from a season where I was people pleasing so much that I don't even know if I knew who I was before I was everything to everyone else. Wow. Um, I was everything to everyone else. Now I'm like, okay, who was I before I was everything to everyone else? How am I navigating differently in this time of my life? And right now I'm just like, actually, minimal with I'm done. I'm done playing it small. I'm done acting like I don't know who I am and who I've been made in the image of. I've been made in the image of God. He said it. He's put it in his Bible. He said that I'm the city on a hill and I cannot be hidden. And I'm sitting here acting like I don't know that. I'm sitting here acting like there hasn't been, those affirmations that have been set in place just for me to believe in myself. And so I'm tired of playing it small. I'm tired of dimming my light. I'm tired of not showing up in my essence. And I'm tired of acting like I don't have a place in this world. I'm tired of trying to have a seat at other people's tables. I'm tired of that. Like you go out and it's like, oh my gosh, we need to sit at this person's table. I don't care about tables. I don't care to be sitting with the cool kids. I'm the cool kid now. Now it's like, how do people come to my table and who am I selectively picking to come to my table? Because this table is a cool kid table, but it's also a table that has dreams. It's a table of dreamers. It's a table of connection, deep connection. It's a table of people who serve a purpose in this world and want to have an impact on their peers and the people around them instead of just it being about the world serving them. Yes, I feel like a place where I'm like, okay, this is my villain era. It has to be about me, 100%. It has to be. I've gone through too much for it to be something that is this small. I've gone through too much for me to keep dimming my light, and acting like I don't know that I'm that bitch. No, it actually has to stop now. And like, I feel like it's made me wake up and realize and see, actually, Poko, this is who you are in the season. This is how you show up in the season. And I had to sit down and say, actually, God, how do you want me to navigate this thing? Because I've been disobeying you and I've been doing things that have been really just out of what you have planned for me. And so I had to come back to the drawing board in the season of isolation where I prayed to God and I said, actually, how do I serve the world now? How do I show up also as Poko Rams and nothing else? Because everybody is living their lives. And I think every day I realize how much people are living their lives. I'm like, wow, I can't believe I wasted so much time investing in their things, in their dreams, in their passions, only because I was trying to extend love and also maybe gain love a little bit, because I'm lonely. But like, really, you guys are living your lives. So why am I not living mine? Why am I not saying, actually, because Luena, you feel comfortable in the way that you are moving, let me also be comfortable in the way that I'm moving. The reality of it is that I can see that people know exactly what they are doing. And sometimes you give people the benefit of the doubt, like, oh my gosh, maybe he didn't know. Maybe she didn't know. You know exactly what you're doing. And it's been very humbling to get to a point where I'm like, okay, like, if other people are doing things for themselves and they're using their selfishness in their season, I don't even think that it's selfish because, of course, you should be focusing on yourself. We've got dreams to catch. We have dreams to catch and places to infiltrate and light to extend to the world. And I'm here trying to be a hidden city. No, it just has to be different this time. I was speaking to a friend of mine and she was telling me about how, um, she started to move differently in her life and how she wrote down her goals for the next 2 months. She wrote down her goals for the next year. She wrote down her goals for the next 5 years. And I said, oh my gosh, what is that what you used to say? Yeah, that's what I did. And I realized because of like the social media and like how sometimes we were always people watching. I am a people watcher. I'm always on Instagram, always on TikTok. I'm constantly, being inundated with constant things of how other people's lives are and where I should be and where I shouldn't be, that I just don't want to do it anymore. It is wasting my time. because actually when I'm watching people, they're doing something else. They're getting their bag. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, I actually need to change this narrative. How do I move differently in my life? And so I really think that we need to be in a stage in our lives where we are putting down our goals and we are writing it down, because there is so much power in writing down your goals, because those things will come true. I'm looking even now at my vision board and I'm just like, that 20K of followers that I wanted, I can still get it. I've got 2 months if I just log in. If I do this podcast and I know that my impact and the wisdom I'm trying to impart, especially because it's the wisdom of God, especially because God has asked me to do this, especially because all of those stronger soldier allegations and the things that I went through as a stronger soldier is meant to be told to other people, I need to run it up. It actually has to be different. I don't want to do the same things I was doing, guys. Like, it was tiring being everything to everyone else. And now I'm just like, who fedile? Minimal, who fedile? I'm moving different. It has to be different in this season. It has to be different this time. I don't want to be doing the same things that I used to do. And I also don't want to act like I don't have the source. I don't want to act like I am not that girl. I don't want to act like I've been made in the image of God when that's exactly what He said. And I just think that we just need to just lock in. How do we lock in the season? You focus on yourself. You have to focus on yourself. It's such a cliche when you hear things like, oh my gosh, be yourself, da 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 da. And it's actually just like, yeah, well, actually, be yourself for real. What are you doing in the season? How do you show up for you in the season? Why is it different this season, you know? Um, and so I'm just like, I'm thankful to God for being, I'm actually trying not to get emotional. I'm trying not to get emotional. I'm trying not to see myself in a different area. Um, I just want to do better and be better in the season of my life. And I just know that I have an impact and a purpose in this world. I felt very lost looking at other people's lives. And now I know that it has to be about me. It has to be about me. And if it seems vain to other people, if it seems like, oh my gosh, she's so selfish or she's so focused on herself, exactly. That's exactly how it's meant to be. I remember when I was like at a birthday dinner, it was actually my birthday dinner, and somebody said to me, I was noticing how people kept saying, you've got this main character energy. And I just wonder if you ever think that that might be maybe even a problem. And I said, first of all, it's my birthday. Are you trying to make me feel this small, which was already such a problem? And my response was like, yeah, I've been through so much in life and I fought so hard for who Poko is right now in her life that, of course, I'm going to actually just embrace the fact that other people see that main character energy. Clock it. Clock it. And I think a part of me was like, maybe this person was trying to humble me, but I'm done being humble. I'm so done being humble. And this happened to me like 2 years ago when this conversation happened, and I realized that, oh my gosh, actually, there are people out there that are going to try to dim your light. And already, because they see an essence of who Poko is and how Poko is a main character, it's a problem for them. And I don't care. I don't. Because the things that I've been through and the way that I've extended myself to people is because I want people to feel the same way for themselves. I am always someone, I'm a cheerleader. Naturally, in the essence of who Poko is, everybody knows that Poko is a hype man, Poko is a cheerleader. And so for me, I'm like, I need my whole team to look good. I need my whole team to be on their shit. I need my whole team to be winning. I don't want to win by myself. I don't want to also go into another season and I'm not, having people come with me. But what I'm also realizing is that not everybody can come with you. That's okay. That's okay. Does it make me sad because I don't want to do things on my own? Yeah. I'm tired of doing things on my own. I've done things on my own for such a long time. I went to boarding school, did all of these things on myself. And now I'm just like, okay, like I would love to have people around me, but I'm also realizing that not everybody is meant to be around. And so as I see myself and as I meet myself in this season, I am encouraged by God. I'm encouraged by the Holy Spirit to actually run it up. And I don't want to continue to act like I don't know who I am in this world and the purpose that I serve in this world. And so it has to be different. I have to navigate differently. I have to do things differently. I know that I want to be loud. I want to be passionate. I want to be intense. I don't want to hold back. I don't want to act. I don't want to be like, oh my gosh, okay, like, because this person feels this small, I'm also going to make myself this small. And I did it so often. Both other people were really just going on about their lives. And so I'm tired of being worried about other people. It has to just be about me in this season. And so if it seems very main characterish, that's exactly what it's meant to be. If it feels like, oh my gosh, it's giving vain, it's giving villain era, that's exactly how it's meant to be. Bo minimal, bo fedile. I'm never, ever, ever stepping back into something that wasn't me anymore. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not playing it small anymore. I'm not dimming my light anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. I want to step in the essence of who Poko is in the season. I want to step into the essence of what I can do differently in the season. I'm challenging you guys in this new season to actually step up for yourself. How do you navigate differently in your career? Does it mean that it's a season of pivot? Then pivot. Go in a different direction. Even for me, I'm like, I've done so many things for other people. I went to school, did all of these things because I wanted to impress my family. And then I was hardly, celebrated, I was hardly seen for the efforts that I'd made. And these were things that I didn't even want to do. So do I keep doing it? No. I am 28. The cycle of how my life is moving right now is very different. I am running it up. No more minimal. No more, okay, no. And so if you want to sit at this table, you're more than welcome to come here. But what I'm saying right now is that the mindset, the way that we move, the way that we speak to ourselves has to be different. High five yourself in the mirror. Make yourself feel good. Write down your affirmations. What I've done differently in the season, for instance, is that I started to, wake up early. I was like, okay, Poko, you always do this thing of like, you sleep in and you become lazy and you're always on your phone. Stop. How do you wake up and start your morning more intentional? In the season where I'm focusing more on myself, how do I actually just start? It has to start small. And so I just started to wake up early and like go for a walk. And I would literally put my phone and my gym clothes all in one corner, and my alarm would go off in the morning. I'd wake up, go get my phone, switch off the alarm. And because I'm already standing and I'm out of bed, I have to put on my clothes quickly, put on my techies, because ain't nobody getting into the bed with the techies. I can't get back into bed. After putting on my techies, your girl's outside taking her hot girl walk. And when I tell you guys, it's changed my mindset. From that hot girl walk, I was now coming back doing gym sessions for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And when I tell you that for the past 6 weeks, my body has changed. Tiana Taylor, be careful of me. Here I come. I knew that in the mornings it had to just be about me. Wake up in the morning and go for your hot girl walk. Come back, read your journal, do your devotions, and pray to your God. Now I know that I've taken care of my mind, my body, and my spirit. And so just that start. When I tell you that, guys, when you plant a seed, just the faith of a mustard seed, it's literally this small. It's so tiny, and God literally has run the rest of it. I had to do this much. I was doing the bare minimum. The other day I said, God, I'm attending these things and I'm, doing these things for myself, attending interviews, and I'm doing the bare minimum. And I really hope that you can help me to show up better for myself and in the way that I present myself and the way that I go into these meetings and into these things. And I said to him, but I'm so grateful to you for just running it up for me, because these people are just gobbling me up. They're gobbling me up. They love me. Only because you placed this confidence in me, this God-like confidence in me. And it's not a vain thing. It's only because I'm realizing the essence of what God has made me in and I'm stepping into it. This entire time I've been like, okay, no. God is just like, this is where we at. We up. People have the audacity to be going out there, to be going and catching their dreams, and I'm sat here watching them catch their dreams, catching the dreams that I wanted. No. Bu minimal, bu fedile, guys. But I'm also just saying, actually, everybody else does it. Why are you not joining them? If you can't beat them, join them. And so, like, yeah, I just feel like I'm just in this different stage of my life. And I'm grateful to God for bringing me in this stage of my life. I pray that it's mostly led by Him. I don't care to be at anybody else's table. I don't care to be cool like everybody else. I care that Boko is serving her purpose. I care that Boko is taking care of her mind, her mindset, and how she moves on in life right now. I care about the impact that I have on little girls that are going through the same thing as me. That's what I care about. And so if I miss out on sitting at people's tables, great. I wouldn't want to be seated at a table where I don't feel comfortable anyway. And there's been so many instances where, because I was trying to fit in and because we're like, oh my gosh, we need to have a seat at the table, that I compromised who Boko is. And that is done. So, how do we step into this new season? How do we move on to this new season? What does it mean if we're locking in this new season? Locking in isn't just about productivity, it's about a mindset shift. It's about realizing that, oh my gosh, the thing that that guy's doing, the thing that that girl's doing, I can do it too. It's 100% attainable. So am I acting like it's not attainable? No. We got to lock in. We're changing the mindset. We're moving how we're moving. And so I've got steps here for us to actually just, get into our alignment of how we lock in this new season. Step one is really about defining your why. I need to understand exactly how I serve my purpose in this world. And I realize that besides me being, Poko Rams and your Doskin go with a motive. My motive really is to make an impact on this world, and for specifically the little girls that don't see themselves the same way I didn't see myself when I was a little girl. And so even the other day somebody said to me, Poko, your authenticity makes me want to show up as myself. And I was just like, well, I'm done. Even if I were to quit this podcast right now, I've already served my purpose in making one person feel like they can step into their authenticity. And that for me, I didn't have to be 10 people. And a lot of the times, sometimes we count like, oh my gosh, how many views did I get? How many? No, it actually just had to be one person that made me feel like the purpose of my life, the purpose of my impact and the things that I do in the season of my life has to be different and has to serve a purpose in other people's lives. And that person said that to me, and I was just like, right, I'm done. And so if I can encourage someone to step into the authenticity more, just because I'm being who I am, I've done my job. And so we really need to define what our why is in this season. And Proverbs 16, verse 13 says, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and your plans will succeed. I think step two really is to declutter your life. If it means that you're removing people that don't see you for your essence or don't see you for who you are, they gotta go. If it means that you are pivoting and changing your career and changing your vocation, because sometimes that's what happens in life. You think that, oh my gosh, I was meant to be going this way. And then 10 years later, you're like, actually, I don't even want to do this anymore. And that's okay. Declutter your life. Get to a point where you're like, okay, how do I move differently in this new season? Now that life's ebbs and flows has rocked me, how do I move differently? I think one of the other steps that we need to do is to really make a plan for your life. You have to go to your dreams. Your dreams are not going to come to you. And so it's really important that you set out what exactly your goals are, write your goals down. And I think a lot of us, even now in this time of the year, it's like, oh my gosh, we've got burnout. Da, 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 da. And I think we just go on to this whole trend because everybody's going through burnout. I'm also going through burnout. I get it. Burnout is real. We do be working hard for such a long time to have this big break in December, which we all look forward to. But how do I lock in for the next 2 months that will help me to, achieve the goals that I had for the year already? How do I lock in for the next 2 months so that I'm starting my year off with a bang? So set your goals for the next 2 months. What am I doing in my short-term goals for the next 2 months? What am I doing in the next year? Write those goals down. What am I doing in the next 3 to 5 years? Where do I want to be? It has to be realistic. You have to put it down. You have to also say, okay, these are the little things and the sub goals and the sub missions that I'm doing to get to what my main goal is. And when I tell you guys, when you focus on yourself, things just fall into place. I literally do this much and God runs with the rest of it. And I'm not saying that I'm taking advantage of my God, but that's my God. He's a jealous God. He is so jealous about me as his child. And so I just know that he will continue to extend me if I just put in the work. How do we move differently in this new season of our lives? We got to do it better. We have to do it better. I really hope that we don't let our comfort rob us from our destiny because we are here, people scrolling, lazy, just not understanding where we're meant to be in our lives. Sit down with yourself. Have a conversation with yourself and your God. You've been made in his image. We are God amongst ourselves and we act like we're this small. And so keep it dealing now. Now I'm done. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not playing it small anymore. I'm not gonna act like I'm not. I'm Poko Rats. The material is there for you. You can see it. And so I really hope that you'll step into your essence. What is your motive? Share your messages with me. Share your stories with me. Let's figure out what is our motive in this season. How do we show up differently in this season? And what do we do so that we can lock in and go for our dreams. We have things to do in this world. We have things to do in this world. And so people like your Tyler the Creator, your Dochi, for me, those are people that are like, you know what? I don't care if I'm a weird nigga. I don't care if people think that, oh my gosh, this girl's weird. I'm actually just going to go for my dreams. And it's achievable. It is achievable. It is accessible. It's not just like, oh, these dreams were just made for these type of people. No, we just have to put in the work. Let me know what your motive is, how you move differently in this season of your life, and how God is a part of that season in your life. I really hope that you guys enjoy this episode. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, share with all of your friends. This is your dark skin girl with a motive, Poko Rams, signing out. Girl, you know what's up. Ooh, say what, say what, say what. Ooh.